Series 1, The Patriarchs, Foundations of the Promise. Part 12, Abraham Tested, Offering Isaac on Mount Moriah, Genesis 22, 1-2, 6-8, 10-13, KJV. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he went both of them together. Whedan and Isaac spake, as behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven, Lay not thine hand upon the lad. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. The birth of Isaac brought promise fulfilled, but now comes the greatest test. God commands Abraham to offer his beloved son, the very child through whom the covenant was to continue. The language is heavy. Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest. In obedience, Abraham rises early and journeys to Mount Moriah. Isaac carries the wood, foreshadowing Christ bearing his cross. When Isaac asks about the lamb, Abraham speaks words that echo through time. God will provide himself a lamb. At the last moment, God intervenes. The test was never about Isaac's death, but Abraham's faith. By not withholding his son, Abraham demonstrated complete trust in God, even believing he could raise Isaac from the dead if needed. Hebrews 11:17-19. Instead, God provides a ram caught in the thicket, a substitute sacrifice. This event points directly to Calvary. Just as Abraham offered his only son, God would one day give his only begotten son. Yet on that day there would be no substitute. Christ became the lamb provided, taking our place on the cross. For us, the lesson is clear. True faith holds nothing back from God. The promises of God are secure, but they demand obedience and trust even in what seems impossible. On Mount Moriah, Abraham learned, and we are reminded, that the Lord truly does provide.